the 171 Adages of Imam Ali, peace be upon him, about wisdom and wise men, and the mind and the mindful men. 1. Allah did not command the ignorant people to learn until He commanded the people of wisdom to teach. 2. Wisdom is of two types, printed and heard, and the heard one is not useful if it is not printed. So you can preserve what is heard for future generations without it being preserved in the oral tradition. 3. If Allah wants to lower down a slave, He shall prohibit him from learning. 4. To stop learning, that is the excuse of those who call in sick. 5. Every container becomes narrower for what is put inside it, except of the container of science, for it becomes wider and wider. 6. May there be a wise man who got killed by his ignorance, and his wisdom is with him, but not beneficial to him. That's another one of those. There can be a wise man whose knowledge doesn't really do anything for him, nor his wisdom, right? 7. Science saves. 8. Wisdom guides. 9. Wisdom is the ornament of the lineage. 10. The absence of the mind is between the desire and the lust. 11. The fruit of the thought is safety. 12. In the mind lies the benefit of the creations. 13. Wisdom is a generous heritage and a general gift. 14. The wise one is he who veils the sins with repentance. 15. Wisdom is the most glorified of goods. 16. Wisdom is the leader of kindness. 17. Wisdom is the killer of ignorance. 18. People are varied in their wisdom and their minds. 19. No one shall make low of wisdom and its people, except of the stupid and ignorant. 20. No sickness is more tiresome than having a low mind. 21. The little of wisdom enriches, and the little of ignorance dominates. 22. No wisdom is for him who has no insight. 23. There's no mind for him who has no manners. Well, no mindfulness, right? 24. Wisdom is not purified without piety. 25. Wisdom is not taken with the relaxation of the body. 26. Wisdom is not beneficial without blessing, from Allah. 27. Wisdom is the strongest base. 28. Wisdom is the best honor. 29. Wisdom is the most glorified cargo. 30. The respectfulness of the teacher is the ornament of wisdom. 31. The wise man is not seduced by the tricks of life. 32. He is not dead who revives a wisdom. 33. No understanding is for him who does not keep on learning. 34. He is not wise who has a long hope. 35. There's no wisdom for him who exceeds his limit and his level. 36. How much are there who know the wisdom and do not follow it? 37. No treasure is more useful than wisdom. 38. Nothing purifies the wisdom like doing it. 39. No glory is higher than wisdom. 40. Wisdom is the highest winning. 41. There's no guidance like thoughts. 42. No gift is best. No gift is better than having a mind or being mindful. 43. Wise men are rulers over the people. 44. The mind is the spring of goodness. 45. The thought leads to guidance. 46. Wisdom is the best guide. 47. Gatherings of wisdom are a loot. 48. No mistake is harder than the mistake of the wise man. 49. The one who puts wisdom in some wrong place, then he wronged the wisdom. 50. He who knows works. 51. No poverty is harder than ignorance. 52. One of the signs of the wisdom is to work with justice. 53. Who took a seat over the mind, it shall carry him along. 54. No money is more beneficial than wisdom. 55. He who does not have a mind that ornaments him, then he is not noble. 56. He who respects a wise man, then he respected his God. 57. He who has no wisdom, then do not ask him for something. 58. There's no companion like wisdom. 59. He who sits down with wisdom, ignorance shall stand up with him. 60. He who asks for guidance from wisdom shall be guided. Well, you don't ask from wisdom, you ask from God most wise, but, you ask for wise guidance, and then you're guided. 61. He who asks for help from the mind shall be successful. 62. He whose mind is complete shall lower down his lusts. 63. He who loses his wisdom had been slapped. 64. The seed of knowledge is to study wisdom. 65. For everything there is a goal, and the goal of the person is his mind. 66. How many are there of humiliated people who got raised by their minds? 67. The gang of the mind is to stop harming others. 68. How many are there of noble ones who got humiliated by their ignorance? 69. The value of each person lies in his mind. 70. The gain of the wisdom is to let go of life. 71. The virtue of wisdom is to work with it. 72. The completeness of wisdom is work. 73. The completeness of the human is his mind. 74. Saying, I do not know, is half of the wisdom. 75. Wisdom is enough to raise someone. 76. The gang of the smart people is to study wisdom. 77. The veil of flaws is the mind. 78. The goal of the wisdom is to do the goodness. 79. Wisdom without work is like a tree without fruit. 80. The title of the virtue of the person is his mind and his good manners. 81. The maxim of virtues is wisdom. 82. The minds of the virtuous ones are on the tips of their pens. 83. The highest of virtues is the mind. 84. The doubt of the wise one is more accurate than the certainty of the ignorant. 85. The highest of the wisdom is to fear Allah, the Exalted. 86. Wisdom without working is like a bow without a thread. 87. Two things that have no end are wisdom and the mind. 88. The zakat, almsgiving, of wisdom is to spread it. 89. Wisdom that is not useful is like a medicine that does not cure. 90. Wisdom without working it out, that is the claim of Allah over his slave. Well, wisdom without working out? Well, God knows beyond doing, I guess. Have to know more about that. Some of these are taken out of longer sayings. 91. The bad spot in wisdom is the pride. 92. The increment in the mind shall save. 93. The worst enemy of the mind is the pride. 94. The reason to fear Allah is wisdom. 95. At the time of the natural speech, the minds of men are tested. Well, before we get into 96, shyness and fear are said to be the strongest drives of the human being. So, there's reasons for that, right? So 96, the most devilish adversity is the ignorance. 97, the level of the wisdom is the highest of all. 98, according to the level of the mind, religion shall be. 99, the most devilish of wisdom is what makes you lose your guidance. 100, take care of the mind, for it is not compensated with money. 101, the best of hearts is the most conscious. 102, may there be a wise man who gains nothing. Well, there may be a wise person who gains nothing. Remember, gender neutral, we're addressing men and women, children, and everybody else by pretty much any of these sayings, right? 103, the best of gifts is the mind. 104, the best of wisdom is what brings benefit. 105, the beauty of the mind is the beauty of the interiors and exteriors. 106, the good mind is the best leader. 107, the beauty of the wise man lies in working with his wisdom. 108, the heritage of wisdom lasts and saves. 109, the fruit of wisdom is to know Allah. 110, the fruit of the mind is to be straight. 111, to teach the wisdom, that is the zakat, almsgiving of wisdom. Well, obliged. 112, by wisdom, the level of kindness is achieved. 113, by the mind, the light of wisdom is extracted. 114, by the mind, goods are gained. 115, by learning, wisdom is gained. 116, by wisdom, life should be. 117, by wisdom, the bent shall be straightened. 118, by the minds, the ultimate of wisdoms are gained. 119, in the mind lies the repairing of every matter. 120, if Allah loved a slave of him, he shall inspire him with wisdom. 121, the beast of smartness is deception. 122, the beast of the wise man is to love leadership. 123, the beast of wisdom is to leave working with it. 124, the beast of the public is an ill-mannered wise man. 125, by thoughts the hidden matters are eliminated. 126, the most helping thing is to purify the wisdom by teaching it. 127, the most understanding of all the people is the closest to Allah. 128, the most knowing of people is he whose doubt does not erase his certainty. 129, the most sinful of all people are the proud wise men. 130, the strongest of people are he who wins over his lusts by his wisdom. 131, mostly the death of the minds comes under the lighting of greediness. 132, the clue to the rich mind is good planning. 133, the greatest one with his wisdom is the one who fears Allah the most. 134, the most wise of people is him who obeys Allah the most. 135, the best of wisdom is what appears in the feelings and the limbs. 136, the best of wisdom is what is accompanied by work. 137, the most wise of the people is the one who cares the most about people. 138, the origin of the mind is the thought, and its fruit is safety. 139, the best of hearts is a heart that was filled with understanding. 140, the most noble of believers is the smartest. 141, the best of minds is to avoid entertainment, mere entertainment, because when you go towards the neutral, then you can slip into the wrongful, right? like Rammstein lyrics, or some of those Korn songs and stuff, people don't even notice the content of some of that stuff. 142, the best of mind, that is manners. 143, the most honorable of honor is wisdom. 144, the beginning of the mind is affection. 145, the happiest of people is the wise. 146, the best of gifts is the mind. 147, the best of the mind is guidance. 148, the smartest of the smartness is piety. 149, the most wise of people is he who obeys the wise men. 150, gain wisdom to gain life. 151, work with wisdom, be happy. 152, ask for wisdom, and you should be guided. 153, ask for guidance from the mind, and oppose the lust, and you shall succeed. 154, obey wisdom, and disobey the ignorance, and you shall succeed. 155, the mind is a friend to be given thanks. 156, the smart one is he who veiled himself with shyness and had wisdom as a shield. 157, the smart one is he who owned the control of his lusts. So it's not that desire and all that's bad, it's just you got to make choices about it. 158, the wise man is alive amongst the dead. 159, the ignorant is dead amongst the living. 160, working with wisdom is a sign of the completeness of the favor. 161, the mind is the origin of wisdom and the tool to understand. 162, wisdom is a ruler and money is ruled. 163, wisdom is a sign for the mind, and who knows is wise. 164, the wise men are strangers for the abundance of the ignorant people. 165, wisdom is a generous heritage and a general favor. 166, wisdom is a great treasure that never ends. 167, the mind is a generous nobility that never wears out. 168, wisdom without working is an adversity. 169, wisdom is the lamp of the mind and the spring of virtues. 170, wisdom leads to the truth. 171, wisdom is the ornament of the rich ones and the richness of the poor ones.